Okay, well, some of you may know that we've been having some trouble with this van. We had a botched fuel tank cleaning job done. So we've been going through a lot of filters. And this is a video to explain to you guys who might buy these filters or who have already bought these filters what's going on. Let me explain. Last weekend, yesterday, I had to get towed home. And the reason I had to get towed home is because the fuel filter plugged up. But I really thought I was prepared because I had purchased a case of filters. And I said, well, if the filter plugs up, I'll just change the filter. I purchased this case of filters from an online auction site because the filters at my local store were about $35 a piece, and these were $14. So because I thought I'd go through quite a few of them, I decided to buy the $14 filters. And this caused me to need a tow. What we have here are a few filters. Come on in here and take a look at these filters. This is the original filter. This is the one like you would buy from AutoZone. Okay, it's missing the gasket on top, but that's immaterial at this point. And on the bottom, what we have is a screw-in area where your water and fuel sensor screws into the bottom of the filter. What you'll see is you'll see a little area here that's flattened. It's flattened over here and it's flattened over here. The plastic sits inside the cutout in the metal, and this screws on. This is the new filter. The new filter has no such cutouts. It's completely round. All right? So, I didn't even notice when I took it out of the package. But what happened was, I took my water and fuel device off my old filter and went to screw it on one of these. And it just turns. It wouldn't tighten up. So I said to myself, well, I immediately saw what was going on. I had taken another one out of the package, and I saw that they weren't the same, that they weren't made properly, that it was just a round thing, and this plastic screw area was just spinning. So I said, well, let me try to take it off, because it's not getting tighter, and I don't know what to do. Let me try to take it off. So now I tried to take it off. Well, same thing. It just spins. At this point, if there was an automotive store right across the street, I still would have had to be towed because this part is not available in an automotive store. And now I can't get it off this filter. So I said, okay, it's on there. Maybe it's on there enough for me to use this filter because there is a gasket in there. Maybe it won't leak. So I filled up my filter with fuel. And I said, okay, let me put it on the car. So I went to put it on the filter, the little filter thing in there, okay, the little nozzle, and it wouldn't go. And I said, well, what is this? Are the threads different? I couldn't figure out what was going on. It would not mate up, and I could not get it to screw on. So I took it back off, and I took a look at this filter, and I took a look at the old filter. And what I found was, inside the new filter, there is a rubber O-ring. The rubber O-ring, I guess, helps keep fuel from one side of the filter from going to the other. But the filter from AutoZone, the filter from the regular filters that you buy at the auto parts store, doesn't have that O-ring. The O-ring is a little too small, and you can't get it over the nipple to get the screw tight. So even if this was able to be used, the rubber O-ring keeps me from using it anyway. So completely stuck and unable to do anything with a whole case of filters. I had to get towed home. And now I'm really stuck because I thought about this and I said, well, how am I ever going to get this off? All it does is turn. So what I have to do is I have to cut the filter open. So here we are, cutting a filter open. Oh joy. So here we go. We're going to cut our filter open, and we're going to see what's inside this filter. Oh, live video. Isn't it great? And my hands are covered in diesel. But we got to get this thing open because you can't even hold it. This is great. Okay, a little less pressure. There's a little indentation in the filter, a little bump, probably from the blade. So let's give this a try, and let's see if we can even get this thing open. Oh, I should have took that off. All right, let's take this off here. We don't need that. And let's try this again here, folks. Yeah, that works better. Okay, so let's cut our... You gotta love these one-take videos. They are great. I love cutting open a brand new filter that I just bought. It's great. It's super. At the end of the video, I will show you the model and the manufacturer of these filters. These filters are made in Indonesia, and where at first glance they look perfectly normal, when you actually get into them, you find all these problems. And I have to ask the question, why did these people even open a factory to produce something this inferior? It just seems like a waste of energy and a waste of time. It's obvious to me that they reverse engineered these things, and they omitted certain things because they didn't understand what they were used for, like the little cutouts in the metal. They didn't understand the need for the cutouts, so they omitted them. And then you end up with a completely useless product as a result. Here we go. Here we go. I can hear her cracking. I'll have to say the case is built well, even though you can't use them for anything. Come on. She's trying to open. There we go. See, there's the rubber gasket that doesn't allow the filter to screw on. It just sits on there, and it's built just a little too big. Maybe it fits on there now, but it's not all pressed together, so it doesn't. I'm just curious here. It fits on there tight now, so it's just obviously too big to work. So now we're going to take the filter apart. Yeah, the filter is really nice. The filter is really, really nice. It's a nice quality filter. Of course, this one never was on anything. And then inside here, we have our, trying not to get cut, we have our piece. Now what they did is, even though it's round, what they did was they put a couple of little spots of glue. They put 3 spots of glue to try to stop this inner piece of plastic from spinning when you installed your sensor for water. But it didn't work. And I'm not going to stick my hand in there and try to get that out right now. I will actually grab a tool and cut the rest of this filter out of here so I don't get hurt. I'll slice it and get it down to the plastic, and then we'll get the plastic off of here and get this out. Okay, so we're gonna... Did you cut? Okay, so the saga continues. We finally got the filter off of the plastic piece, and if I didn't have bad luck, I guess I wouldn't have any luck at all. What the problem turned out to be is not so much that the plastic part turns, is that the threads that the plastic part has cut into it, the threads on the side, are not proper. And I still can't get it off, and now I slipped and I damaged this little valve. It looks like some sort of a bleeder valve that you can remove water. So now this entire piece is now garbage. This is all over trying to save a few dollars on filters. And I'll tell you one thing, that this is the aggravation. You know, I went online this morning and 4 people had bought cases of these filters. And I really hope that they check their filters, and if they're like these, that they send them back, they throw them away, they do something, because that's going to be another $100. It's incredible. So here's the filter box. It's an SF filter. It's called a Shore filter. It's an SFR 4375FW. Okay? It replaces the Ford filter. It's made in Indonesia. It's sold by a company in California. I don't need a lawsuit from them, so I'm not going to tell you who they are. But anybody who's bought filters for a 6.9 or a 7.3 recently and are just keeping them in their garage because they think they're set for life with filters, they're not. These are garbage, and they're going to cost you a lot of money. So throw them away, send them back, whatever it takes. I can't believe that I'm now buying parts. That was my fault. I slipped, and I broke that valve. But I shouldn't be doing this. You're supposed to just screw them on. That's what you're supposed to do. So enough ranting. I'm done with my rant. And you guys have a nice day.